A great leader, a hero, a president, Nelson Mandela, or better known as Madiba, by the citizens of South Africa. Nelson Mandela lived an amazing life. Born in 1918, he passed away on 5 December 2013 at the age of 95. Madiba was divorced twice and married 3 times before he passed. His first wife was Evelyn Mays. He was married to her for 14 years and had 4 kids together. Wife was Winnie Madikizela Mandela. They separated after 32 years of marriage and had 2 children together. His third wife was Gracia Michelle, who stayed with him till death parted them. Mandela is survived by his wife Gracia, 3 daughters, and 18 grandchildren. Madiba had several names, one of which is Roliklaka, meaning pulling the branch of a tree, but unofficially it means troublemaker. His name Nelson originated at his primary school. The kids at his school and his teacher could not pronounce his name, so the teacher, Miss Mdingana, gave him a white name, Nelson. The name Madiba is the name of the Thembu clan to which Mr. Mandela belonged. It gets its name from the 19th century chief. All the members of this clan can be called Madiba. Mr. Mandela was called Madiba as a sign of both respect and affection. In the Eastern Cape of South Africa. Madiba's father was Kandla Henry Mfakaniswa and his mother Nkafi Nosukeni. After his father's death in 1927, Mandela became Board of Chief Jongintaba Dalindiuba, the acting regent of the Thembu nation. It was there that his personality, values, and political views were shaped. At age 25, Nelson Mandela joined the African National Congress. He then knew his political career would continue for many years more. Nelson also qualified and practiced as a lawyer. Nelson Mandela was South Africa's first democratic president. Mandela was also the oldest head of state in South Africa's history, taking office at the age of 75. He was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary, politician, and philanthropist who served as president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. Madiba was arrested and sent to trial many times before becoming president. In 1962, Nelson was arrested for protest and bombing against racial apartheid and for conspiring to overthrow the state. He was then sentenced to life imprisonment in the Rivonia trial. Mandela served 27 years in prison, initially on Robben Island and later in Portsmouth Prison and Victor Verster Prison. Mandela was released from prison on 11 February 1990. Mandela used to tell the prison guards that he believed that everyone should be equal and that racism should be a thing of the past. People around the world started to agree with Mandela's theory, and he was voted President of South Africa on the 10th of May 1994. In Nelson Mandela's book, A Long Walk to Freedom, he said the following: "As I walked out the door towards the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison." It is through Mandela that the world cast its eyes on South Africa and took notice of the severe and organized repression of Black South Africans. Yet it was also through Mandela that the world would learn the spirit of endurance, the triumph of forgiveness, and the beauty of reconciliation. Indeed, the story of Nelson Mandela is so much the story of South Africa, as stated in www.mandela.gov.za. Nelson Mandela was a great president and served his country from 1994 to 1999. At age 80, Nelson Mandela retired and wrote the book A Long Walk to Freedom that has inspired millions. 5 December 1993, the day Nelson Mandela, champion of freedom, human rights activist, and Nobel Peace Prize winner, passed away. On this day in history, 5 December 1932, another Nobel Prize winner, Albert Einstein, winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921, was granted a visa to enter the United States. The day was special meaning for civil rights in the United States. On this day in 1946, President Harry Truman created a Committee on Civil Rights by executive order. The committee was tasked to strengthen, improve, and ensure the civil rights of the people. 5 December 1955, the historic bus boycott was started by Rosa Parks in Montgomery, Alabama. The outcome of this 13-month boycott being the end of segregation on public buses. Nelson Mandela had an inspiring life with lots of ups and downs, but he managed to make it till the age of 95 when he died of bronchitis. But Nelson Mandela will forever be remembered by all South Africans and more. Nelson Mandela taught us, if you fight for what you want, you can accomplish anything.